Devon Darby, and you're back with The Gentleman's Look. Today we have an interesting topic, but before we get into the topic, what I want to do is inform all of the new individuals who are new to the channel what we discuss here at The Gentleman's Look. What we do is talk about everything that falls under the umbrella of grooming you into being a gentleman. Not just by your style, but the way you speak, the way you treat people, your behavior. You just want everything to come together so that you can really identify with what a gentleman actually means. What does it mean to be a gentleman? I think that in today's society, a lot of men are lost, older men and younger men, and that is what brings us into the video today. We're going to be discussing the real G code. If you're anything like me, growing up and even until this day, you hear a lot of young men pretty much reaching out. They're saying things like, you know, the reason why we are the way we are or act the way we act, or is because a lot of the older generations didn't leave any information for us to follow. They didn't drop any gems off. And a lot of this is true. A lot of the mistakes that some of our older generations made, or my generation or whatever, they may not have reached back to groom these other individuals on how to move and how to be a man in this society. So this video is definitely for those who are seeking. Again, my goal is to create as many videos as possible a week, just to get the message out to those who are looking for ways to improve themselves. So today we're going to be introducing the real G code, at least my version of the real G code. I think this is a great foundation for you to begin with, and if you follow the steps and if you follow, you know, the mindset and things that we speak about, you should be okay. You should be okay. So without further ado, let's get into it. The real G code. Alright guys, so number one, never knock a man's hustle. It doesn't matter what that individual is doing to survive in this world, or it's not your job to judge that individual. You can't play God. Don't knock a man's hustle. You don't know what this individual has to go through. You don't know the type of circumstances that he's placed in, where he has to keep his head above water and feed his family. And until you can actually walk in that individual's shoes, you don't really know what you're capable of doing or what you would do to keep your family fed. So when you're seeing someone doing something that you believe that you would not do, think twice and try not to knock what that guy is doing, because if he's doing it, it must mean a lot to him. That's between him and the higher power that he believes in. So number one, don't knock a man's hustle. Number two, birds of a feather flock together. Try to associate yourself with people who are like-minded and are doing the things that you're trying to do. It doesn't mean that everybody has to be exactly like you, but let's think about it. A gorilla doesn't hang out with monkeys. You never see a shark swimming with seals. You won't see wolves hanging with tigers or tigers hanging with wolves. You have to hang around people who are like you so that you can be inspired and you guys can bounce off each other's ideas and grow together. If you associate yourself with certain individuals for quite a period of time, you're only going to be as good as them. Now, it's something that you can debate, but it's a given fact. You're only as good as the people that you hang around. So make sure that you choose wisely and associate yourself with people who are on the same paths and like-minded. Number three, always have respect and honor those who took care of you. You don't really know what these people had to go through in the situations that they placed themselves in to make sure that you're good. Now, you might have grown up without family, so your friends may have been more family to you than your actual family. So these are the people that looked out for you and took care of you. Make sure you respect and honor them. You don't praise them, but you make sure you respect and honor them. Never bite the hand that feeds you. You don't know if you're going to have to go back to that hand should something ever come about in your life where you might be down and out. So always make sure that you honor and respect those who took care of you. Make sure you learn how to sacrifice. Sacrifice is a huge lesson for you to become successful in anything or any endeavor that you set out for yourself. Sacrifice may come or learning how to sacrifice may come easier for those who grew up not having. But if you grew up having, it might be a tougher decision to humble yourself and learn how to sacrifice in order to acquire a endeavor that you set out for the future. You can't have it all at the same time, right when you want it, to have it. You can have it all over time, but you have to learn how to pretty much engage with a certain passion or dream for quite some time and go through the ins and outs and the struggles and the pains that come along with trying to achieve that goal. And sometimes or a lot of times, if not all the time, that's going to require some sacrifice from you. The minute you can develop discipline to sacrifice, the faster you'll be able to conjure in your success. Like I said, I believe in God, and when he came here, that was the number one thing he did. The ultimate sacrifice was give his life for a future endeavor, which was to allow us to have a chance at the life that we have now. So learning how to sacrifice is definitely important. That's number 4. Number 5, you have to believe in something that's greater than you. Now, I'm not going to sit here and tell you what to believe in. That is something that you have to develop yourself and develop meaning for what makes sense to you. But you have to believe in something that's greater than you, and it should be good. That's the only thing that's going to get you through the humps and the woes of life when no one else is around. You can't really depend on everyone else to make you feel better about a situation that you're not feeling so good about. When you are alone at night by yourself, you have to dig deep within yourself and become spiritual and kind of conjure in the energies that you need to get you through whatever it is that you're going through, because life can get tough, and it can get tough for humans, so it's hard to rely on another human to make you feel better about what you're going through. You need a higher power, so definitely work on that. Number 6, you have to treat everyone and everything like it's the most important person or the most important thing on this earth. Don't judge anybody by their appearance, even though your appearance does mean a lot before you open up your mouth to speak. But you don't know who is who. You don't know who knows who. And just because they may not seem or look as if they are important, they might be the most important person to you that you'll probably ever be. And you wouldn't know that if you judge that person initially just based off their appearance. So you want to respect everybody, because you never know who has something really, really valuable to offer to you. So treat everyone like the most important person in the world. And trust me, you should be in a good space in your life if you do that. All right, number 7, guys. Push peace. Always push peace and make violence the last resort. You're here on this earth to make the earth, continue to go at a peaceful pace and to create some type of, continuity. Pushing violence or resorting to violence too soon can create certain outcomes that is irreversible, and you would have to live with that. You want to make sure that you're trying to de-escalate the situation before it gets too heated. Now, this doesn't have anything to do with being a punk or all of the terms that they utilize, because I can go on and on. But all of those terms that they utilize to show that you are soft or a weak individual, it has nothing to do with that. And that's why I say this is the real G code. You want to survive on this earth. You want to create success for yourself. You want to create a positive vibe and leave behind a positive legacy for yourself. And resorting to violence too soon when it's not even necessary, it's definitely not going to do that. So always push peace first, as a gentleman should, and leave violence the last resort. This topic leads us into number 8, which is learning self-defense is much more important than learning how to fight. And I know you guys are like, what in the world does that mean? Self-defense is different from fighting. Self-defense will allow you to de-escalate a situation and remove yourself from an individual who's no longer a threat to you. Fighting is just learning how to combat with somebody until the next person just gives up. I'm sure you've seen people beating up people to a bloody pulp, to the point where this person is no longer a threat to them, but they just want to stomp them out to prove a point. that you shouldn't mess with me, but you might have won that fight, and then that person comes back with a gun or whatever weapon, and now what? You're never too strong for a bullet or a knife or what have you. So learn self-defense, learn certain techniques, both verbal and physical, to get yourself out of a violent situation. And when that person is no longer a threat to you, try to remove yourself from that scene as quickly as possible. You're not trying to hurt anybody, but if it comes to it where you have to practice self-defense, you do what you have to do. But if that person is no longer a threat to you, then the situation is resolved. Keep it moving. Alright? Alright guys, so number 9. Shoot, I think I almost lost where I was at. Alright guys, so number 9, make healthy eating and exercise a daily routine. Something that I struggle with myself, but let's try to help each other. You know what I'm saying? You can't hustle. You can't hustle the way a man needs to hustle with the unhealthy lifestyle. Now I know there's a lot of life circumstances and things that happen that probably led you to living a certain unhealthy lifestyle. But the same way that you had circumstances that led you to living an unhealthy lifestyle, create new circumstances that will lead you to living a healthy lifestyle. Maybe you need to change your friends. If you change your friends, the conversations that you have will be different. The environments that you engage with these conversations will be different. They may be more geared to progressiveness, and they may be more geared to different ways to have pleasure, and not so much the ways that you found pleasure in unhealthy lifestyles. Some individuals may influence you to eat better just by the way they eat. You might have to change your circumstances, which you can do. That's something that you have the power to do. You can change your habits and your ways, but you can't continue to do the same things all the time and expect different results. You guys know the term of that, insanity. Doing the same thing and expecting a different result. So you have to make healthy eating and exercise. Even if you just do something for 10, 15 minutes a day, just do it every day so that all of the organs in your body is getting some attention, and you can stay strong and be able to hustle in this in this world. You're going to need it. Alright guys, number 10, and we're going to go to number 12 today. Now, I'll make this a 2-part video because I don't want to lose you guys, even though it's good information. But number 10 is make sure that you respect women. Respect women even if they seem to not respect themselves, but make sure that you show every woman that you deal with what an honest man looks like. Now when I say being honest and respecting women, it doesn't mean that you're never going to make any mistakes, because we are human and we live in a sinful world. But whatever mistakes that you make with your dealings with a woman, as a man, you want to own up to it and try to spend all of your time righting your wrongs, even if you're no longer with that individual. From personal experience, there's nothing more that a woman respects from a man. It's just honesty and just being real. Just be a real guy, man. Identify with your emotions. Speak about the things that you're going through, the things that you feel, the things that you struggle with. Just speak about it. Just be real so that individuals know what to expect from you. A woman won't be on your back so much if you're just real, because they know, they can identify. They're human too. They can identify with real emotions. But when you're doing things and you're not really being honest, and if you're wrong, you're not admitting that you're wrong, you're going to make the next person feel like something is wrong with them, because they can sense certain things that's going on. They may have been through it themselves, but the fact that you're not speaking about it is an issue. So just respect women and be honest with them, and you'll have an honest outcome, whether it be a good one or a bad one, but it'll be a real outcome and not something that happened based off of you being fake. Alright, number 11. We almost there, guys. Stay with me, okay? Number 11 is setting goals. You have to set goals for yourself daily. Now, when I say set a goal, don't think about something that you feel is reachable or something that you've seen other people do, so you just feel like, oh, I can at least do that. I'm going to set my goal, to do that. But if you have a very luxurious, lofty goal, set that one. Set that one that you feel is so high to reach, but deep in your heart, you have to know that you're going to reach it. If you have dreams, you have to go for it. Not everybody's blessed, like I said in previous videos, to know what their calling is or what their dreams are and passions are. But if you know what it is that you want to do, if you was blessed like that to know, boy, you better go for that. What are you waiting for? You ain't gonna be here forever. Everybody has an expiration date, man. So go for that and go for it cold-heartedly. I mean, every day you should be doing something to get closer and closer to that goal. That's the one that's for you. It's not the one that you can just pick up and grab, and because you know it's realistic and all these things that you go for that. No, that lofty goal. You want to live in Paris, or you want to buy a house for your mother in with a whole lot of land, or I'm just speaking. I'm just throwing things out. I know these are things that you heard before, but I'm just throwing things out. Whatever that lofty goal is, you go for that. That's what you're placed on this earth to do, and you go for it cold-heartedly, and you don't stop. You don't stop. You don't stop until your heart stops. That's when you stop. I mean, you gotta stop there. But yeah, go for it, man. A man without a goal is an unsuccessful individual. A man who has a goal and he's trying to reach it, he's already successful. It doesn't take money for you to be successful. Just knowing what you want to do and going in that direction, you are already successful. And because you're making those moves, all of the other stuff that comes with success is going to come. So make sure you have a goal and you're going after it every single day. That's extremely important. Last but not least, number 12. You have to dress, speak, act, and think like the person that you want to become. Whoever it is that you want to be, and I hope that is something positive, is something good, that's pleasing, not only to yourself, but just to the essence of life. You want to make sure that you're doing positive things out here. But you have to dress, think, act, and speak like this individual. What happens is, when you're doing this, you're creating certain energies, as the earth is made out of energies, or spirit. If you're more of a spiritual person, you'll say spirit. If you're a scientific individual, you'll say energies, but it's all one of the same. You're creating this aura around yourself that the earth is going to identify with. You're sending out waves, vibrations into the earth. And what the earth is going to try to do is match that. So if you're thinking of being a businessman, or an investor or something like that, and you're constantly dressing in that attire and thinking like this individual and speaking like this individual, you're going to naturally make moves like this individual. And then the earth is going to match your energy and give you what this individual has. Whatever lifestyle that individual is supposed to live or would live, the earth is going to give that to you. I know it sounds a little off, or it might sound weird to someone who doesn't understand, how this world works. But again, this is information that a lot of people probably wouldn't want you to know. But this is true. You have to be the person that you dreaming of being right now, and then you will make it come into an actual tangible thing. But it first starts in the mind. If you can believe it, then you can see it or you can touch it. But you have to believe. All right. This is the real G Code, guys. We're going to do a part 2 to this video. I'm going to give you 12 more steps or codes to follow. But again, if you like what you see, please subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification tab so you can be informed of all new videos that I post. Again, I have a goal to post as many videos a week as possible, discussing various topics about being a gentleman. We're going to discuss everything, so bear with me. I know there's a lot of things you might want to touch on, but leave comments and let me know what you want to speak about. Let me know things that you liked about the videos, or things that you may not like, things that you feel that maybe I can improve on. I'm constantly trying to learn different ways to reach you guys, because the information is very important. Again, guys, this is for all of those who are looking, all of you youngsters out there. Don't be afraid. Don't feel like you know it all, man, because I didn't know it all, and I still don't know it all. So we have to build each other. We got to look out for each other. Don't let this world change you or change your course and what you're meant to do. Let's stick together. Let's do what we got to do to accomplish the things that we need to accomplish. I'm here. These videos are going to be here forever, and they're only going to get better. So I love you all. Once again, please subscribe, help this channel to grow. And I'm checking out, guys. So I'll see you later, and hopefully you guys really enjoyed the video. I'm going to send you guys off in style. Bye-bye, guys.